Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of my daily meditation practice. Yesterday, I messed around with trying to go both live on Instagram as well as YouTube, just so that my followers on Instagram can catch it here. But it was a little bit challenging to do both, so I'm gonna focus on one thing at a time. As science has shown that the brain cannot actually multitask, so that's really it was challenging, but it was fun, and it led for a different energy. So it's nice. It's a nice experience for me as a medium, intuitive, um, empath and psychic, all of that, whatever we want to label what I do as. It's always nice to have a live interaction, because then I can pick up on what people are experiencing in the moment. And so it's always nice. But, um, you know, it's really early, and some people just don't want to wake up this early, or they got to get to work. So I'm just happy that I'm able to, um, or I mean, and again, if you're catching the replay, maybe you're going to bed at night and doing all that. So yeah, it was just interesting. So I just want you to know that I won't be doing that um, from until further notice. But either way, um, yeah, I want to know where you're at in the journey, how you're moving through the um, the mind. The mind is performing while you're focusing on meditation or meditating, being mindful and present in the moment. Um, it's a little bit cold out here today, and so I'm kind of shivering. Um, so I'm a little shaky, a little bit kind of thrown off. I wasn't expecting it to be this chilly this morning, especially in Arizona, where we're reaching already 90 degrees in April. We actually hit 100 degrees last week, and so I'm pretty shocked that to feel this cold this morning. Um, but in any case, someone brought it to my attention yesterday, and I thank them for it, because they said, thank you for doing this, because I've wanted to start a practice. I just didn't know where to begin. And my first reaction was, we're all beginners. It doesn't matter what level you're at. You reach every day with a new state of knowledge, with a new experience. So you're always beginning something. You know, um, you didn't have the knowledge that you gained yesterday. So I welcomed her, to come to the YouTube, um, and really start your journey, because every day is a new one. And so that's how you got to look at every meditation practice. Every practice that you do, you're gaining knowledge every day. And so yesterday is going to be different than today. And in my history and my experience with meditation, every day really is new. When I was serving tables, I remember our manager doing like a team meeting, and he would go around and ask you what's your favorite thing and what's your least favorite thing about um, being a server or working in a restaurant or whatnot. And I remember my answer. I said, my favorite, or my favorite thing about working as a server is every table is new, every table is different. And I remember him saying, yeah, it's true, it's nice. And I go, and equally, my least favorite thing is that every table is different, because not every day, in like, so let's say a meditation practice is going to be the same. Like, not every day is going to be blissful and amazing, and you're going to experience something fantastic. Or you might receive a vision, or you might receive something else. When my very first shamanic journey I experienced was the very first time I experienced seeing the Eye of Ra. And I've never seen, well, that's not true. I shouldn't say never. But I have experienced like Egyptian experiences in meditation, but never like the Eye of Ra again, you know? And that was the very first symbol I ever saw. And so you might experience something different every day. You're hearing, I live in, kind of like the suburbs in Arizona, and so there's a lot of wildlife. So that was I believe that was a woodpecker. I don't know. No, I don't think woodpeckers make that noise. Oh, it's a cactus wren. But there's a lot of wildlife. So, anyways, um, yeah, you will experience meditation differently every day. And that's okay. There's going to be days that are going to be frustrating. There's going to be days that you can't control the mind, or you struggle, I should say, because sometimes it just might require you to sit longer. I posted a quote on my Instagram not that long ago. I don't know who was the initial person that said it, but they said, um, you want to practice a meditation practice at least 20 minutes every day. Cooper's Hawk just flew by me. You want to practice a meditation every day for 20 minutes. And if you can't get 20 minutes in a day, then you should practice for 1 hour. So extend it, because your mind is probably constantly racing, and it requires you to focus more on your meditation practice. So with that being said, let's get into a comfortable position. I'm going to get my timer ready for 5 minutes. So we're going to get into a comfortable position, and I'm not going to start the 5-minute meditation timer until we get ready to close our eyes. But I want you to just sit with where you're at, what you're doing. Does this moment call for you to lay down maybe? Maybe yesterday you were resting in a chair, on a yoga mat, and maybe you tweaked your back, or maybe you did something different. And so it's requiring you this moment to lay on the back, lay down. Again, yogis might, say that this isn't the best practice, or like meditation practitioners for years, maybe decades, would say that's not the best practice. But I'm a believer in meet you where you're at, meet yourself where you're at, build up to, maybe the traditional, maybe the advanced way, or, traditional ways of practicing meditation will come later. But in the meantime, you've got to get comfortable with how your body responds. So as you notice with me, when I start preparing, I take deep breaths. I start coming into the moment. I might even shake a little bit because I'm cold right now, but also when I start feeling and moving energy, I start to twitch. I start to shake it out. And I'll maybe do a different video on what my journey has been like, so you can not feel alone in some weirdness, because God knows I have felt so alone and weird for years, because of my empath abilities, psychic abilities, mediumship. I felt very alone living in a society that said that this was witchcraft, growing up as Catholic. So I'm moving my body because, again, something feels off. So you do the same. Whatever feels right, getting in tune with the breath, coming to that position of comfort, and closing the eyes, raising the gaze to that horizon, maybe to the center of the forehead. And if you're raising your gaze to the center of the forehead, make sure that you're not straining those eyes. That's why I encourage you to move it towards like you're looking at a horizon. And sometimes the way I experience it also is like you're filling up a tub of energy. You've put the plug in and you're raising the energy, and you see this little toy boat, and it fills up, and the toy boat is just floating around the third eye, and you're just filled with energy, focusing on that center, taking in the breath and exhaling. Becoming aware of your outside world. Maybe noticing external sounds, allowing it to sink you deeper, because it reminds us to be grateful for the ability to hear, for the gift of sound, the gift of hearing. It's a reminder that our ears are functioning. And so the outside noises sink us deeper into a calm, relaxed state. Maybe noticing at the end of the exhale, do you pause or do you flow back into an inhale smoothly, maybe even quickly, depending on where this video is meeting you. Noticing at the exhale or at the inhale, at the top of the inhale, where are you holding that breath? Is it held in the chest and you feel like that breath can't go deeper? Exhaling down, emptying those lungs. And the next inhale, I encourage you, wherever it falls, don't worry about following me exactly. Just at the next inhale, I encourage you to, instead of thinking of yourself like you're inhaling from the nostrils and it goes down, draw the breath from the ground up, like you're pulling energy in. You're pulling that breath in. And it just expands from the belly, expands the lungs, expands the chest. And then exhale audibly. Empty those lungs. Meet yourself where you're at. It could be a slow inhale, fast exhale. Be in this moment. Anything that distracts you, allow it to remind you of a gift that your subconscious mind is revealing to you how aware it is. It's aware of other noises. Just like when you sleep, that subconscious mind is never asleep. It's always awake. It's always taking notes. It's always recording. And so any distraction just sinks you deeper into the present moment, into gratitude, knowing that you're functioning properly, and just sitting in that pause or that awareness that you're exactly where you need to be right now. And before you know it, 5 minutes has gone by. And you can stay in it longer if you choose. But for now, I'm going to let you be. Remember to set that intention for the day or for the night, even for the rest of the afternoon, whenever this finds you. Much love to you all. Set that intention. Where do you want to be disciplined? Where do you want to focus? What do you want to experience? Maybe it's more love. Asking your higher self, show me more love. Show me more patience. How can I be more patient in the day? And maybe it's just taking more cleansing breaths. Maybe in your sleep, you're asking yourself to be more patient and still with yourself. So much love to you all. Take care. See you tomorrow.